Mount second drive as C:/users in Windows 7. So about a month ago I set up a Windows 7 professional machine where I was able to mount the secondary hard drive to the path C:/users. This put all of the user space files on the second hard drive without all that mucking about with registry editing. It has worked wonderfully and now I am trying to replicate it and I cannot seem to remember how I did it. Which makes me feel like quite an idiot. I believe I somehow moved the content of the C:/users folder to the second hard drive. Then I mounted the D drive as C:/users. Easy enough, but I am unsure how I got the contents of the C:/users folder moved over and deleted before I mounted the secondary drive, since it needs to be an empty folder and all. It is up and working on my previous machine, but now I need to do it on a new machine and I cannot for the life of me remember how I did it, nor where the instructions are that I used. Other than in the end the entirety of the users folder was moved to the D drive and I do not have a C:/users folder. Any thoughts on how to do this again, or links to instructions? Individual profile moves are not going to solve this problem. Thanks.
It looks like Jimmy R. House over at Serverfault has the answer I am looking for. He referenced this article with more information. To expand on his answer, after installing Windows 7, you boot with the install media. At the screen with the install now choose repair your computer. You will be asked if you want to repair and restart by the system recovery options, choose no. Then make sure that Windows 7 is listed as one of the installed OS available for recovery, and it's selected, then press next. You will be given a list of recovery tools, choose command prompt. In the command prompt you will be using robocopy to copy C:/users to D:/users. Type robocopy C:/users D:/users/mir/xj. /mir tells robocopy to mirror the directories. This will copy all files and permissions and will delete any other files in the target directory. Reference. If you already have user profiles in D:/users and want to keep them, try /e/copyall. Instead, this copies everything recursively. /e, all file attributes included. /copyall, though for some reason you might have to adjust ownership permissions later anyway. /xj is very important. This tells robocopy not to follow junction points. If you forget this, you will have a lot of trouble. Make sure no files fail to copy, failed column equals 0. Remove the old users folder from the C drive and dir/s/q C:/users. Create an NTFS junction that points to the new users folder, /jc:/users D:/users. Make sure the target D:/users uses the drive letter which will be used after restarting, not as it is during the recovery command prompt session. Thanks Mindless.Panda and Matt Wilkie. Now restart and there you go. No further configuration or fiddling required. New user profiles will all be stored on the D drive, as will any user-specific data. And it is achievable without any messing about in the registry, searching and replacing values, or having to mess with new profiles in any way. Totally fire and forget.
Create a NTFS junction that points to the new users folder, with link /jc:/users D:/users. For this step, make sure the target, d:\users, uses the drive letter which will be used after restarting, not as it is during the recovery command prompt session, or you will be greeted with the error "the user profile service failed the login. User profile cannot be loaded." On restart. The fix for this error is to log on with another profile on the system with admin privileges and open command prompt as administrator. Type regedit. Navigate to key_local_machine /software/Microsoft/Windows NT/current version/profile list. There is one key for each profile. When a profile is bad, there are 3 things worth checking. Ensure the key name doesn't end in bad or bok, should look similar to S1521-1234 to 1234-1234 to 1234. Ensure the recount value is 0. Ensure the state value is 0. Log off or switch users, and you should be able to log on just fine. A reboot may be necessary. Additional reference used here. This answer should be combined with Fanover's answer of October 9th at 20:01 and Drauzan Gonzalo's answer of November 8th at 17:03. I lack the reputation to edit in place, or even comment, so someone else with those proofs please combine, and then we can delete this answer.
I just tested Fanover's answer in a virtual machine. However, I did a few things differently. I did this with a fresh installation in audit mode, Ctrl+Shift+F3 on first boot. I let it boot once into audit mode before proceeding. I copy the files to the root of the second drive. Instead of making a link, I set a mount point. Here's how I made the mount point. After deleting the C:\users directory, recreate it. Mter C:\users. Run the diskpart command, and select the second disk, substitute for correct disk number listed after the list disk command. Diskpart. List disk. Select disk. Select partition 1. Set the mount point. If it fails, go back and make sure the C:\users directory exists and is empty. Assign mount equals C:\users. Exit. Reboot. Once it's done rebooting, you can use start in GT, diskmgmt.msc to remove the drive letter from the second drive if you want. If you're in audit mode, go back to the System Preparation Tool window, make sure Enter System Out-of-Box Experience, UBE, is selected as the system cleanup action, Generalize should be unchecked, and the shutdown options should be set to either reboot or shutdown. Click OK, and the system will clean up and reboot back to the first boot setup.
To most easily move all user files and user program files off your boot drive, an SSD in my case, follow these instructions. First, create a restore point. 1. Open System by clicking the Start button, right-clicking Computer, and then clicking Properties. 2. In the left pane, click System Protection. If you're prompted for an administrator password or confirmation, type the password or provide confirmation. 3. Click the System Protection tab, and then click Create. 4. In the System Protection dialog box, type a description, and then click Create. Then, go to System Recovery/Command Prompt, boot with the Win7 installed DVD, choose Language, Currency and Keyboard, and hit Next. At the screen with the Install Now choose Repair Your Computer. You will be asked if you want to repair and restart by the System Recovery options, choose No. Then make sure that Windows 7 is listed as one of the installed OSes available for recovery, and that it's selected, and then press Next. You will be given a list of recovery tools. Choose Command Prompt. Find your virtual Windows drive loaded from the Win7 media, probably either C or X. Find your actual Windows/SSD drive, D or E, and find your HDD, regular hard drive, D or E. In my system normally, C equals SSD with Windows on it, D equals HDD data drive. Using Win7 Update Media, the drives in recovery mode were set up differently, thusly, X, virtual/temp Windows drive, E, actual Windows/SSD drive, D, HDD, hard drive. I wanted to put \users on. Some report that System Recovery Mode will set up their drives like this: C, virtual/temp Windows drive, D, actual Windows/SSD drive, E, HDD, they want to put /users on. In the command prompt you will be using robocopy, not scopy, to copy C:\users to D:\users, then delete the old C:\users, then make a symlink from C:\users to D:\users. Note that you must do these things in order, and you must not have a D:\users dir before you do this. Note, in the System Recovery Command Prompt window, your drives are not the same as they will be after you leave recovery mode. So adjust the commands below for how the drives are in recovery mode, and then they'll turn out correct later. I used robocopy/mir/xje:\users D:\users to move /users from Windows/SSD to HDD. /mir tells robocopy to mirror the directories. This will copy all files and permissions. /xj is very important. This tells robocopy not to follow junction points. If you forget this, you will have a lot of trouble. Make sure no files failed to copy, failed column equals 0. Then you must remove the old users folder from the Windows/SSD, C, drive, before you can create the symlink. I used mdir/s/qe:\users. Create a NTFS junction/symlink that points to the new users folder. I used mtlink/je:\users D:\users. Use the /j switch to create a junction that's a hard symlink. If you use the /d switch, you also have to edit the registry, cause it won't be a hard link, using /j. When Windows looks for the C:\users dir, it will find it. But it will be on the HDD instead of the SSD. Tricky. To see the proof of what you've created, still in the command prompt window, go into the actual Windows/SSD and do the dir command, and you'll see users, D:\users. Now restart and you'll see /users on your HDD, and there you go. No further configuration or fiddling required. New user profiles will all be stored on the D drive, as will any user-specific data. And it is achievable without any messing about in the registry, searching and replacing values, or having to mess with new profiles in any way. Totally set and forget.
If you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing.